Hold my hand inside your hands.
Now we come to discuss a most important point, the meaning of pleasures. Pleasure and goal, both together united, as you can see in this drawing in front of you. If you live it in the right context, you have pleasure and goal together united in one shining circle or sphere. Sin breaks that sphere into two halves, one opposite the other, and you either follow the pleasure alone or the goal of your human need alone. The human needs that we will discuss are the need for food, the need for sex, because these are more biological, although there is no need which is totally biological, but it is more biological, it's also psychological, and as we will see together, all human needs have at least 3 levels of goals. You can work it in a slightly different way than me. The first level or first goal is something good for me as a person. The second level is something good for us as a society, human community together. And the third level is something relating to our vocation of working for the kingdom of heaven, for the kingdom of God and eternity. So when both are united together, this is wonderful and good. I enjoy all the pleasures of the needs I mentioned. And I'll mention also the psychological needs, like the need for safety, including possession, the need for esteem and self-esteem, the need for self-actualization. All these needs have a goal and a pleasure together. If you happen to break them apart, you suffer. That is what sin does. That's why God says, keep away from sin, because sin will put you in two halves opposing one another. You either follow the pleasure, you become so permissive, and you kill yourself by being so free to drink the poison or to drive the car on the pavement, and you say, I'm free and I'm seeking pleasure, and pleasure alone without goal, like I want all women to give me pleasure, but I'm not interested to marry any one of them. I want all food to give me pleasure, but really not exactly to give me good health and life. I might abuse the food. I might go to these bulimic people since the Roman time, where they used to eat, fill up your stomach, then stick your finger in, get it all out to go and eat again. That's called bulimia, and the opposite of it, or they both get together, anorexia and bulimia. It's part of the same psychological disorder. This is because of too much seeking of pleasure of food without the goal, which is good life and good health. Yet we can enjoy a nice ice cream and a nice chocolate, which gives a good sense of pleasure because of the endorphins released in the brain. I'll come to this sometime later again. And this situation has been corrected by the redemption of what Christ did in our human nature, by bringing us back again into the nice unity of our being and the harmony of our pleasures and our needs together. Let's take them one by one and look at them. The need for food, I discussed it a little more already. The need for sex, yes, the need for sex is for me to love another person and she loves me, and we unite together and we live together to help one another to make a family. So the joy and the pleasure of sex is very good and should be enjoyed very well, as we will talk about it, physically, psychologically, and at all levels of our being, because this is the good will of God in us, and nobody is to tell you that sex is dirty or lowly or anything. That's a heathen misunderstanding, whether it is in the West in a permissive way, seeking pleasure alone, or in the East in a very restrictive way, seeking the goals alone and condemning and despising the pleasure of it. Both should be together, the pleasure and the goal, so that we can enjoy ourselves in that aspect. For the need for safety and possession, yes, you need to have a shelter, clothes, communication, modes of communication, security from crime, financial hardship also, we don't want that. The need for all these things together, we call it the need for safety, including the need for possession. Why do I have this need? Because you can, to own anything in life, then you can use it. You can own it by one of 3 things. You either earn it, work hard for it, or you are given it as a gift, or you steal it. But you must have something, whether it is the food or the car or the shelter or the clothes. I must get it by one of these 3 means so I can enjoy it in life. So that is a need. The pleasure of it is, yes, I enjoy having a nice car and a nice piece of clothes on me and a nice house, a nice TV. That's all good. But why? the pleasure here gives me the sense of security. When I feel that sense of security and safety, I can work better for my society. I'm not anxious about the basic needs of life, so I can help my society. When I do this, I can also go from what I own and give to others and share. Look at, what's his name of the Microsoft, Bill Gates. He said, 95% of my money and wealth I'll give to the world in the form of charitable projects that will continually produce income for different good things in life. He owned so that he can distribute well. That's not capitalism as such, but it is the way we control things, and we need to do it together. The next psychological needs, the need for love and belonging and the need for self-esteem. Yes, you want to be appreciated, you want to be promoted in life. There is a pleasure in that when I get a new job, or to feel appreciated, or if you're playing a piece of music and everybody is giving you a standing ovation. Oh, why do we do this? Because we make the musicians play better. Why do I promote you? So that you can take a heavier responsibility, which can hurt sometimes as a headache on your head, but there is a pleasure in it. Why? So that you are more qualified now. We've tested you in the lower job, we've got you up there to serve community. The heavenly goal here is you help everybody to lead a better life, and then you can go all up to heaven together. The self-actualization and need for esteem, like achievement, competence, approval, recognition, prestige and status, like the joyous celebration, having a novelty in your life, something you invent, good big knowledge, achievements in art, in poetry, in music, in sports, in travel, in being able to enjoy a good holiday. All these things give us what we call the self-actualization and the esteem. Why do you do this? Again, as I started at the beginning, I told you what I do in life. I don't want you just to flatter me and to say, oh, that's good that you are doing all these jobs. No, not the idea, but when you understand that you are dealing with a person who has something nice about life, you may be able to listen to. If my children cannot give me good esteem in their eyes, they would not listen to my advice. Why would they? If they think I'm a useless father. But if they think that I'm a reasonably helpful human being, knowledgeable and have good experience in life, they would listen to me. So your self-actualization, your self-esteem, when it is developed, there is a role for it to serve community, and a role for it also that people would listen to you preaching. When you are spreading the gospel of Christ and the love of God to others, they would listen better. Your performance, whether you're an artist or you're a big celebrity, that's the idea of celebrity actually, and that's why they bring them into to give advice to young people and to advise community as a whole, or to take big goals and defend the oppressed and so on, because they have a good esteem within their society. So when they speak, people listen better and they have a better effect in life. This is why God gave us all these needs for very good reasons. As you can understand now, if we didn't have the pleasure of any of these human needs, we wouldn't be seeking it. Why should I take heavier responsibility? Why should I marry if I know that kids are very expensive, isn't it? And my wife would always challenge me about where are you going and what are you doing. I have to give my ego, myself to her. Why should I take own something big and have the headache like Bill Gates of what to do with all these billions? Because you have a duty to work with it. Without the pleasure, the goal cannot be achieved. When both are achieved, we are psychologically, mentally, physically happy.